Now, obviously, I'm going to talk about the Watson fight with Finnish and that, but I tell you, one of the performances I thought was one of your finest moments, and I don't think you got the respect, was Kevin Mitchell beating Brelis Prescott.
Yeah.
You know, a guy that had knocked out Amir Khan in 60 seconds.
Yeah, he's done great.
A year later, I mean, Kevin won every second of every round.
Yeah.
That was a great night. That was a great night.
Box to orders. That was a great night for me in my career. I've got to say that. He trained here for that fight. He didn't want to go away because of his children were little then. He was small, very small. But he had his head on proper then. I said, you do not mix it with this kid. In the 11th round, he wanted to knock him out, going out for the 11th.
Desperate.
I said, no. I said, you don't knock him out. You stay safe. He stuck to orders. And I said to my Mark, who was on the left-hand side of him, if he goes to, because all the fans and his family, they holler out, they think they're doing the right thing. Yeah. And he generally turns his head like that. And he went to turn his head when he was like that, and Mark went, stopped him, held him like that. So he had to
couldn't look at his family.
He had to look at me, and he couldn't look at no one but me. Yeah. And Mark done a wonderful job that night, and it was great. He boxed to orders, and it was he didn't lose a round. No.
Do you think when he fought Katsides there was a little bit? I think his heart ruled his head. I think his heart ruled his head a little bit.
I'll tell you what my opinion went wrong with him. I've sat down. I've had a good talk to the kid. He's told me a lot of what I call his own truths that I didn't know nothing about, nor did Frank Warren. I'm not making no excuses to clear my name, because as far as I was concerned, he was going to beat Katsides that night, but I knew in the dressing room he wasn't going to win.
So did Kev.
Yeah, he knew it and all. Yeah. He knew it, because he didn't have it mentally. Yeah. He had it physically, but not mentally. And now, I wouldn't be wasting my time with him again now if I didn't think he could get that back mentally. He will get that back, because he turned it on last night with a fighter. Before I could say it, he read my thoughts. He anchored down and went round this guy's body and broke him in half.
Good stuff.
I won't mention the kid's name. He was a good fighter. Broke him up. He said, Jim, I know what I've done wrong. I said, I know, you know it. He feels a little bit ashamed because he let people down. Sometimes if you get beat, it's not letting people down, it's the way you get beat. Yeah. He didn't care that night. No. He didn't care. And he let a lot of people down. He wouldn't mind me saying this.
He knows it, yeah.
He knows it.
Does.
I'm speaking the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
But now, as I say, I wouldn't be wasting my time now if I think he couldn't fight for a world title again. I believe he will. And I believe Frank will give him that chance.
It's nearly 20 years ago since the Watson Eubank rematch, White Lane. You know, I was with you that night. We had a torrid night for everybody. Yeah. You still see Mike? You see Michael?
Yeah, I haven't seen him recently, but we do bump into one. We used to visit regular, but I've moved down the line a little bit. But
tough night that for us. For him, obviously, for his family. But I think for other people as well. I mean, me as a friend and you as a trainer. Hard old night.
Oh, no. That night he fought Eubanks when Eubanks was fresh.
Yeah.
When he wasn't a worn-out Eubanks.
Yeah,
good chin. He wore him down with body shots. Wore him down. Didn't lose a round, except for the last round. Obviously, didn't lose a round. 11th round. Didn't lose a round. Even in about the 8th round, he come back. I said, have a rest the next round. Michael, you're way in front. Just bob and weave, keep threatening him. He done that, went out, threatened him, and even threatened him. But he added a couple of whacks around the body. Went right now, go out. Just keep doing the same thing. And in the 11th round, Eubanks chucked the combination and missed and fell down with exhaustion. Yeah. And then he leapt up and hit him with a right uppercut. And he went down bad. But I don't know if he counted or not, the ref, but he got up and the bell went. The bell went. He was I was in this corner, he was in that corner, that side corner. Right. So I walked right to him and I was talking to him. He said, are you okay? And he walked back to the corner, sat him down. Dean Powell, boxing border control man. How do you feel? I'm all right, Jim. How do you feel? I said, listen, you've only got to stand up for this round and you're world champion. Do you feel all right? I am fine. That's his words. I'm fine. Right, rub him down, get him clean. Went out there for the last round. And actually, to give him a bit more time, if I'm going to be truthful, to make sure that he was all right, when the referee called him, who ref that night? Roy Francis, good referee.
Great ref.
Called him together, right, let's go, last round, touch gloves. I held his ankle.
Stopped him from going
and Roy, come on, I want to give him that foot, bit more rest. Went out, and he backed him to the corner, Eubanks, and never stopped throwing punches. A lot didn't land. I don't think any landed, but the referee stopped it. I jumped in the ring. I was just going to go off my head with Roy, but I felt a sag. I felt him sag, and I thought, but I remember Roy's words. He went, "He's gone, and you know it." And I thought, "Yeah, he has gone." But I thought it was exhaustion.
Yeah.
I thought it was exhaustion. Yeah, he has gone. I can't complain. So I've got him in my arms, and he's, moaning and groaning and crying. Don't worry, and I thought the defeat's going to break him up worse. Because if he'd have won, things, no matter how tired you are, you leap and jump, the adrenaline does it. But anyway, I could realise now, as he's hanging on to me, he's gradually collapsing. He is seriously hurt, but I didn't realise how serious. So we're looking for the doctor now. And I said, get a doctor, laid him down. I didn't know what to do, took his gum shield out, obviously. I laid him on the side. Anyway, it was 7 minutes before, 7 minutes, I think. It sounded, about 20 minutes it realised to me, but anyway, it was 7 minutes. Anyway, because there was all fighting, breaking out, and this and that, people in the ring. Got him on a stretcher, got him to hospital, took him to the wrong hospital. I ain't blaming anyone for that, they took him, but then he finished up in Barts. And he had a serious operation. The doctor said, wonderful doctors and nurses who looked after him. Yeah, he said he wouldn't be able to walk, he wouldn't be able to talk. He'd done everything that doctor said he wouldn't do. Not saying the doctor was being a bit from his point of view. And I was going to visit him regularly, visit his mum, kept in touch, kept close contact, and he finished up becoming a Christian, and that's got him through his life.
Has it ever?
Yeah, and that was a wonderful, got him ready for that fight. He was in great shape, great example, but one of them things in boxing that happens, and I'm very sad, but he's walked the marathon, or he's run the marathon, he's done it his way, so what can you say?
What can you say after that? Hey, that is, Jimmy Tibbs there, I've known Jimmy a long while, I've never heard him talk like that. Even when I did Michael Watson's book, I never heard Jimmy talk like that. Absolutely sensational. 20 years this September. What an amazing night that was. Now,